Hello, I'm Dr. Laura Murillo, President and CEO of the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. I'm so happy to have our next two guests who are doing remarkable work here in our greater Houston region as it relates to animals, specifically to dogs in our city. We want to make sure that Houston is a safe, walkable place, and at the same time that we care for our pets. They are co-presidents of Pet Set. Thank you so much to both of you, Tena and Tama. I really appreciate you all being on today's show.
We're so happy to be here. Thank you.
Absolutely. So, for folks who don't know what PetSet is, let's start with that, please. Tell us a little bit more about PetSet and what the mission of PetSet is.
PetSet's mission is to solve animal homelessness and to do this compassionately. So we're not on the front lines. We're not out saving animals. We're not a rescue, but we support all of the other animal nonprofits doing that. Our goal really is to find strategic solutions for these complex problems of animal homelessness in our city, our state, and our country.
Very well. And now we know we're in a critical time here in Houston, Texas. We're welcoming the World Cup. We're going to have 500,000 guests in our great city. And you all are being very strategic, very specific, especially around the areas where we're going to have a large concentration of people walking. Tell us a little bit about your efforts specifically around NRG and around FanFest, which is in the east end part of downtown Houston.
Historically, that area has had a number of homeless animals running around, and it's been somewhat dangerous. So it was our goal to do some things in those areas that we normally do, but just tighten up our efforts in that area to reduce the number of strays on the streets, making it safer for those 500,000 fans and Houstonians who are going to be walking around in those areas. We did 2 weeks of concentrated free spays and neuters to the community. We did an adoption event with magpies and peacocks who
Yes.
was housed in that area. And then we also did a transport of 160 animals to Minnesota with our partner Wings of Rescue. And so what that does is that moved animals out of rescues and out of the shelters, making room for the animals on the streets to come into those spaces.
And we know that all of this takes volunteers, it takes money, it takes advocacy. So you all are working a lot of different angles. Our mayor, John Whitmire, has been very supportive. I know you're working with other elected officials to help all of these goals manifest and make it happen. So let's talk about the advocacy role and what people can do to support the work you all are already doing.
I think it's important for people to understand that everybody can play a part. I mean, whether it means you're adopting instead of buying an animal, making sure that your pet is spayed or neutered. We offer $20 free spays and neuters, or helping out at a shelter or a rescue group by fostering an animal. Everybody who fosters an animal makes space for another animal to come in. So if that's either in a shelter or a rescue group, that animal normally comes off of the street. So everybody can play a part. If people want to make a donation, they can go to petset.org and make a donation. All of it is in order to make the city safe and in order to solve this problem, which is our ultimate goal, it's going to require everybody and resources from every part of our city.
Very well. What is it that you would like to share with this audience that perhaps they may not understand or don't know about PetSet?
We're unique in our role in the US, probably, not just in Houston or Texas. We're unique in that we really support those frontline groups, the rescues, getting the animals off the streets. We have a shelter coalition, so we work directly with the shelter directors. We support those efforts, but what we're doing differently is we are advocating in Houston and Harris County and in our state. We're in Austin every other year talking about legislation, passing laws, helping pass laws. We don't do it, we don't lobby, but we help the groups that are doing that. We're supporting them in these bills that make the streets safer for Texans and do it compassionately for the animals. We're also raising funds, raising awareness. We're doing our own programs where we spay and neuter tens of thousands of animals every year, transporting them out of state, adoption events. We're looking at this in our efforts and pinpointing what is most efficient in solving the problem and really focusing our efforts on those those key things, such as spay and neuter education and legislation.
Tina, anything you'd like to share? Anything else?
Just that everybody can play a role. We definitely need more support within our community, corporations that might want to be involved and help sponsor our efforts. This is actually kind of a growing sector of philanthropy. And, the one thing that is missing really is the corporate support within our community. And we encourage any corporation, big or small, to get involved with this. There is an ROI on making our streets safer for pets and humans.
And that's so true, especially when we think about small businesses that, are already going through so much to keep their doors open. We want Houston to be a walkable city, and it's going to take all of us. And if we can collaborate, we can go further. And this is why the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce wanted to collaborate with you all as we are hosting an event at Dynamo, and we're going to be passing out some of your information there to our guests, because again, it just takes one person, one company to make that difference. And there's a lot of ways that you can get involved. If you're watching this program now, contact them online at PetSet, get more information. They've got just, again, a great team that is really working hard, but we need all of us to come together, especially, again, corporations, philanthropists, volunteers. There's space for everyone at PetSet. Tina and Tama, my thanks for all you do.
Thank you so much. Thank you,
Dr.
Laura,
Murillo.
for recognizing this global issue on a very local level. And you're really starting something that can transfer to a global stage about caring for animals compassionately before these very large sporting events. So thank you for that.
Absolutely. I'll see both of you very soon. Goodbye and thank you.